Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we have a little bit of a different setup here. I had someone ask recently what my ureaplasma, my post-treatment ureaplasma routine, I guess like what supplements I'm taking in order to get things, I guess, back up and running. So I thought that was a really great idea. I'm going to go through some of the things that some of the supplements or probiotics that I've tried, after the ureaplasma, because you are supposed to restore your, vaginal microbiome, or else you can be at risk of getting ureaplasma again. I think this was an excellent video, an excellent idea, but I want you guys to keep in mind that I have a lot of GI issues. So I was told I had SIBO, and I also, my histamine issues got a lot worse after the ureaplasma treatment, which I do believe I talked about in that video. So my histamine issues have gone, through the roof. I had to eliminate a lot of supplements, and then figure out what kinds of probiotics I could take, because probiotics can also make your histamine issues worse. So you guys may not be like me. You guys may be okay after, nobody's really okay after a long round of antibiotics, but some people don't develop histamine intolerance. I already had histamine issues before. They just got worse after the antibiotics. I did 10 days of doxy, 5 days of ciprofloxacin, and I think the ciprofloxacin was the bigger problem of those two antibiotics. I also developed other issues, and so I'll talk about the supplements, that I'm using for those other issues at the end of the video. But I did think that this was a good idea, just so that you guys could see what it is that I was taking. I am taking oral probiotics, and I did do some vaginal probiotics. I'll tell you which ones I recommend, because I did not like or tolerate all of them. And I might actually do a review of the vaginal probiotics that I've been using, because to be honest, I don't think I've seen any reviews for them. So I am going to start off. I have a notepad here because I don't have the packaging for the vaginal probiotic that I really liked. It's called Vagibiome. I believe it's spelled like that. It's really expensive, you guys. So this was the one that I really liked and that I tolerated well. It has a few strains. I believe it has Gasseri, Lactobacillus gasseri, I think, in it. But I used them because I needed something after, killing off just about everything. So I use these vaginal probiotics. I don't have the packaging for it anymore. You can get it on Amazon. They actually are now unscented. They have, I think, like lavender oil or something in them, but you can actually now buy them without that, which I would recommend, because I don't think you're supposed to be putting that up there. But these were the ones that I liked. Unscented. They are smooth. They're like suppositories, almost like kind of like a Prep H. They're like waxy, which I really liked. They're comfortable. I didn't notice any apparent issues with them. And I've used other ones. I've used the Target. I think that it's called the Love Wellness brand. I've used those vaginal suppositories. I did not like those either, for whatever reason. I wasn't eating them, but for whatever reason, I would get really nauseated from those. And those also have a lot of, they have vitamin C in them. So I imagine that could burn some people that are very, very sensitive to put that vaginally. These are the ones I recommend. These are the ones that I liked and that worked for me. And I would go with that. I also recently, so I've been also using this probiotic, Probiota Histamine X. This is a histamine reducing probiotic. So it's basically Bifido strains. It does have, I think that's supposed to be Lactobacillus plantarum. It has like a different name now. It's like Lactoplantibacillus plantarum. They've renamed a lot of strains of bacteria, I guess, to make it more accurate. I don't know, but it's mostly bifido strains with a couple of these other lactobacillus strains. This is supposed to bring down your histamine in the gut, and also I believe it helps with oxalate issues, if I remember correctly. But this one seems to have worked more or less well for me. Bifido strains are recommended for histamine intolerance. So this one is definitely safe. And I also make sure that none of my probiotics have any kind of added fibers like inulin, because that will cause bloating if you have SIBO issues or any kind of GI issues. So this is pretty safe. I did have a doctor recommend, let me grab it. The doctor that I spoke to that knew about ureaplasma, which I had to, if you guys watch my other videos, I had to go out of network. I had to pay her out of pocket. She recommended these. It's called Probiomed Women. It's for vaginal health. It has some pretty good strains. So if you don't have any histamine or SIBO type issues, you might be able to take this. It has a lot of, it has some bifido strains, but it has a lot of lactobacillus, all the vaginal ones that you need: Crispatus, Rhamnosus, Casseri, Ginsengii. It has all of those. Those are really good for vaginal health. The only issue for me is that I think Lactobacillus acidophilus, if you take too much of that or too high, I believe if it's over like 1 million, it can cause histamine issues. So I think I did take a few of these capsules. I also tried using them vaginally, but I'm not really sure how effective that is. But I decided to be cautious and not take these orally. I still kept the bottle, but if you have pretty decent GI health, these might be a good option for you. These were recommended by the gynecologist that helped me out with the whole ureaplasma thing. Now this is one, this is a good one, Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG. Again, it has to be Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG. That is the one that will reduce histamine. This is just a single strain probiotic. This reduces histamine in the gut. I found these to be pretty effective. When I started taking these, I noticed that my bloating, my distension, because at night I was like puffing up like crazy. And again, I noticed this after I did the all of the antibiotics for the ureaplasma. But if you know, Lactobacillus rhamnosus is also for vaginal health. So I thought, this is perfect. If I just get a single strain of this, I should be fine. And this is 60 capsules. I think it was like 40 something bucks. The only issue that happened with this is that they went bad. So they turned into this, they caked up. I was able to get my money back from Amazon. I think I had like 3 weeks left of these. I was still taking them. And they caked up like that. And apparently I got my money back from Amazon, but I also contacted the company because I really like these. I found them to be very effective, especially with like the bloating and that puffiness that I would get. And I think it also reduced some of the vaginal discomfort, because I do have lingering symptoms, as many women do after having ureaplasma. And so I contacted the company and I asked them, I said, look, I really like your product, but what's going on? And they said that it was moisture contamination. They did tell me to stop taking them, but I guess they told me just repurchase it. You can repurchase it through Amazon or through us. They didn't tell me that they were going to go bad again, but I don't know. I'm kind of looking, I bought a different brand to see how it's, if there's a difference. But I did find these really effective, and I really would like to repurchase these. This plus this is basically what I take every day. I find these to be a pretty effective combination if for histamine issues. And like I said, Lactobacillus rhamnosus is one of the strains for vaginal health. There's also Lactobacillus reuteri, but I haven't been taking that because I heard it's not good for histamine issues. But If you don't have histamine issues, you can probably take that just fine. So there is another probiotic that I did try and that I also did like, but it's really expensive. I found that this combination, like I said, this combination is the most cost effective. You have 2 months worth. There's 60 capsules in each, 2 months worth. But if you don't want to buy two separate ones, there's one by the Gut Institute. It's called Bifido Maximus. And that one is also histamine reducing. It's histamine reducing. It looks like this, I think. Bifido Maximus. I don't know if you can really see that on there. And that one contains the Lactobacillus rhamnosus plus the bifidobacteria strains that the other two have. So if you don't want to purchase those other ones and you just want one, you can purchase Bifido Maximus. This one only has 28 capsules. It's not even a month's worth. I don't think you're supposed to take it every day though, but it only has 28 capsules. It's low in histamine degrading strains. I think it also helps with oxalates if you have an oxalate issue, but it only has 28 capsules and this thing costs $60. It costs up to $60. So I just was looking for something more cost effective and that I wouldn't have to be reordering every single month. So those are the ones that I recommend. This one is a vaginal probiotic. These other ones are oral probiotics. What else did I try? I tried this. I did not know that this just came on the market. I don't know. I didn't do my research. It's brand new on the market. It's called the Seed Vaginal Symbiotic. I think somebody here on YouTube recommended it to me. And then I did some research. It might have been here on YouTube or on Reddit. Somebody recommended it to me. They said that it helped them a lot to recuperate from, I think it was Ureaplasma or some kind of vaginal infection. I did not do enough research. This is brand new. This product has just come out, I think within the last couple of months or less. So there aren't really a lot of reviews on it. But once I went to Reddit, I had already purchased it. This thing is like $100. I think I got like 25% off. So it still cost me like $70 to $80. The price is ridiculous. It's a 2-month starter kit. These are vaginal probiotics. And I used 2 because you're supposed to start the first week. You do 3. And actually, I'll do a full review of this. It gave me an infection. I'm pretty sure it gave me a yeast infection. And on Reddit, I saw a lot of women complaining about yeast infections as well. I'll do a full review of this on its own. I don't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend that you get this. It's ridiculously expensive. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pull it off the market soon. Because like I said, it's just on the market, like just recently was released. And there are already a lot of complaints from women about them getting yeast infections from this. But I'll do a full review, just like an exclusive review of that product in another video because I think it deserves its own review. So those are the things that I'm doing to sort of restore, vaginal health and all of the bacteria there. I do have one EV test left. I've done 2 EV tests already. I did one before the Ureaplasma treatment, one after the Ureaplasma treatment. And I still have one more to see, like if I've restored any of the bacteria. So I'll probably do that this week. And then I'll do a separate video talking about my results and what has changed. So we can see if these probiotics are actually effective. Now, other than that, what else am I taking? So I take, this is other stuff that I take for my stomach, MSM for my stomach, L-glutamine also for, stomach and intestinal health. I take melatonin to sleep. That's, I stopped taking my iron glycinate because I for whatever reason, the histamine issues weren't, have just been really bad. I take Therabiotic digestive enzymes for my stomach. Everything is for my stomach. Now this is the stuff. Oh, I also take vitamin D every day. This is the stuff that I had to add in after the ciprofloxacin because I started developing leg pain, knee pain, hip pain. My legs, my knees, and my hips were not that great to begin with, but they got worse. And also I lost weight, which I've told you guys before. So what they recommend if you are taking a fluoroquinolone antibiotic is number one, magnesium. I tried a few different magnesiums. This one seems to be the one that works for me the best. Magnesium malate. I only take, each one of these tablets is 425 milligrams. I take a quarter of a tablet. So this bottle is going to last me a really long time because it has 90 tablets. I cut them. It's kind of hard to cut them because they are like hard tablets. But I cut them into fourths because if you take too much magnesium, or at least if I take too much magnesium, I will get very loose stools, diarrhea, bloating, and it does not feel good. But I needed the magnesium because I was just having issues with pain and, of course, issues with histamine. And they recommend magnesium if you have any kind of fluoroquinolone toxicity issues. I mean, magnesium you're just supposed to be taking anyways. And I believe antibiotics in general deplete your magnesium. So this is one that I've added in. It took me a while to figure out. I did try magnesium glycinate, but for whatever reason, the glycinate part I think is bothering me. I don't really know. Added also CoQ10. I just take, these are 200 milligrams each. I just take one a day. I've tried taking a higher dose. I think it upsets my stomach at a higher dose. So I just stuck with the 200 milligrams because I was like, it's something. And they also recommend this if you've had fluoroquinolone toxicity or any kind of, I think, mitochondrial issues. CoQ10 is one that you're supposed to take. If I take one capsule, I don't notice any major problems. I also, I did tell you guys, I think in another video, I was getting glutathione IVs. Glutathione IVs are so expensive. And, I did kind of break the bank a little bit. And so I decided that I needed to find a more cost-effective way to do it. I think I did 6 glutathione IVs after the fluoroquinolone situation. I was doing them every other week, so like twice a month for I think 3 months after my ureaplasma treatment. But I decided that I just needed something more cost effective, so I've been taking this. This is liposomal glutathione. I actually used to take this way back when I first started. I did antibiotic treatment for Lyme disease, which did not work, and the doctor recommended I take this. This is about $100 per bottle. It's an 8-ounce bottle. It's definitely more cost effective than IVs because you're looking at like at least $100 per IV, and this is like a month's supply. It says it's more than a month's supply, but I'll just say it's about a month's supply. It's got a very intense flavor. It does contain soy, but I don't seem to have any issues with this. It does contain vitamin C, which vitamin C is also really good for histamine issues. So I am getting a little bit of vitamin C and some glutathione. And I actually have found that it does work pretty well. It's expensive. Like I said, it's $100 per bottle, but that's like $100 a month as opposed to, close to $500 per month for the IVs that I was doing, because the IVs also contained other things besides glutathione. And it's, it just was too much. This is definitely worth the money for me, at least. I do have stomach issues, but I don't seem to have any major stomach issues from this, even though it does contain vitamin C. So I added those 3, the magnesium, the CoQ10, and this after the ciprofloxacin. Other things that I take are this. I really, really like this. I discovered this on accident. This is also very expensive, and I actually think I'm going to have to stop taking it, but I like this. I definitely need some electrolytes. This one has electrolytes and trace minerals. It's really great. I find it pretty tasty. It's sweet. It has stevia. It's actually really sweet if you don't put enough water. And it has your electrolytes plus trace minerals. I really like that it has the trace minerals. And before I did the antibiotics, I noticed that this helped my general well-being. I felt kind of like I had more energy maybe. I don't know. But I think it was this. The only problem now is that it does contain citric acid, If you have histamine issues, citric acid will make it worse. So I found something different, and it's called Highlight. And so far, I don't seem to be having any issues with this. This is also a electrolyte mix. This one is unflavored. It does taste a little weird, but I definitely want to keep up with electrolytes, particularly like potassium and stuff like that, because this stuff also helps like muscle recovery and keeps you hydrated. And like I said, after the fluoroquinolone, my muscles and my legs have been a real mess. They have not been doing great. So that's, I think, pretty much all the supplements I take. I will do a review of the seed vaginal probiotic. Like I said, I don't recommend it. I'll do a review of that exclusively, like by itself. So thank you so much for whoever suggested this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.